Hey guys, so it's that time again, on the way to work. This morning I've been dealing with some wedding drama. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but trying to make everybody happy. It's a little late in the game for some of this stuff to be happening, but try to make it work because I love my family. It's just frustrating. So I've been dealing with that all morning, trying to get answers from different people, so hopefully it all works out. We will see. It's kind of cold again today, but that's alright. They finally came to cut down all the branches. Cut them down so they're a little less conspicuous.
So look at that tree. It's like completely stripped. And that's all the branches. So I'm just making my way to lesson. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can't, sorry. But yeah, making my way to lessons. And I am on time, which is a big plus. Hopefully all is well. I'm just tired. My feet are kind of sore. My back is feeling a little bit wonky. So hopefully the rest of the day goes by kind of quick. The popcorn machine is still there. It's not being used yet because we don't have kernels. But we will get kernels. We'll go across the street and get kernels for the popcorn maker machine thing.
Yeah, popcorn
Then
maker machine.
we will have popcorn.
And it'll be the best day ever.
So you're on record saying that tomorrow will be the best day ever because that's what we're gonna
Well,
have.
I mean,
No, you said
for the
best day
next,
ever.
at least for the next like 4.5 months.
All right, close enough.
If you sit in silence first, the first thing you can do is just take in the silence. It's less threatening for the rest of it because that's how you started out. That's like the base. So,
It's been like 2 minutes. It just happens.
Sorry. It's soft. It's like a teddy bear when he just cuts it. Because it's fluffy and it's fun. Well, for me it's fun anyway. I don't know that he enjoys it as much as I do. iMovie quit unexpectedly.
I took this really cool course where they were talking about how like if bring your arms down like an axe dropping motion at me. So this is
Fun times.
This is what you're working against, right? And it's there and you're always fighting it. But if that was in buildings, like
Ha! Okay, so we were watching Table Talk and they were discussing like cultural, what's the word I'm looking for? Differences? Cultural shock, like culture shock, if you've ever experienced it, or the reverse culture shock. And I definitely have. Have you?
Not really.
Well, you grew up in Toronto, I guess. I did. Because in Kitchener, when I left Kitchener, there was not a lot of multiculturalism per se. Like, okay, there were a lot of Filipino people and a lot of people from Jamaica, and that was it, really. I came here to Toronto, and my university, it was all not white people, which was awesome. I loved that because it just opened your world to so many other foods and music and movies and culture, and it was great. But it was just weird being a minority for once. So I've definitely experienced that. You have not.
I think mainly because for me it happened at such a young age. So it wasn't really shocking. It was just like, okay, yeah, that's just how it is. So I was like, okay. Because when I was grade 6, we would go around like small town Ontario. So it's just full of white people everywhere. And you're just like, all right, this is where the white people live. Cool. And that's really it.
That in the suburbs.
Yeah. Which is like, because half the cities we went to were hardly called cities, like towns. That we went to, it was just like, okay, there's the main strip.
Yep.
And we're gone. Okay, we're out of the town now.
And there was a bakery, a hardware store,
There's always that.
drugstore.
There's always that. There's always a drugstore, and there's like a
boutique, clothing boutique.
Yeah, and there's like usually some sort of like knick-knack shop.
Knick-knack, yeah.
and then there's like a grocery store.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that sums up most
But
of
the grocery
small-town
store
Ontario.
is usually like a grocery / convenience store because they're so
Yeah.
close to farms anyway.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
But yeah, and then outside of that is just like homes and like,
Farm.
yeah, that's really it.
Maybe
It's like, okay, well,
maybe
whatever.
a creek with some picnic tables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, I was just like, okay, well, that's cool. That's just how it is outside of Toronto. Awesome.
Did you feel culture shock when we went to Kitchener for the first time?
No,
No.
because I knew. Like,
Well, that's true.
It was going to be the halfway point.
True, yeah. Although there is definitely more multiculturalism than there was when I left Kitchener 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
There's like all sorts of cool marching bands during Oktoberfest.
They've always been there. They don't live there, though. Well, they might now. Maybe they do now. I don't know.
There was always like a Vietnamese marching band and a Korean marching band and a
Vietnamese and the
Marching band?
Filipino, yeah.
Korean one.
Korean might be relatively new. Yep. That is a new angle.
Yes.
It's a very good angle.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's weird. So my long day ended with bringing basically anyways, my long day ended as my students' family brought me to a music store because he wanted to pick up an electric guitar, his first electric guitar. He's got a bass guitar right now, and he's got an acoustic guitar which belongs to his brother, but he wanted an electric guitar. So I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go with you, and I'll kind of find out which one you'd like, and I'll hand you a couple so you can see. So I first asked him, I was like, well, you pick one, and then we'll go from there. So he picked out a guitar that looks like this. It's a Epiphone LP100. It's actually a guitar that I had myself. It was my second guitar, and then that was stolen. But yeah, so it was that guitar. It's kind of neat. He liked it, played around with it, and then I showed him this guitar over here, there, and it's a SG 310, also by Epiphone. It was black, and he really liked that one too. So I asked him which one he liked more, and he liked the 310 a little bit more. Mainly because the frets were actually really nicely dressed. Unlike the LP100, you could actually feel the fret wire, and it was actually really poorly done. So I don't even know why they were selling the guitar. It should have been sent back to the factory. Anyway, so he really liked the SG there. And then lastly, I showed him Fender Telecaster. Oh, was it a Fender? No, it was a Squier Telecaster Custom. This guy over here. And he liked that one as well. And I showed him like the differences between the guitars, like what the knobs do and the switches and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, it's really up to you at the end of the day. And like a good kid, he chose the one that I liked the most, which was the SG. It was really nice. And surprisingly, it was the least expensive one out of all three of them that I showed him. There were a couple more, but it really didn't matter all that much. Like he I don't know, he seemed to really like that one that I showed him. And I don't know, Epiphone's like adding all of this kind of new stuff to it, like kill switch on it. On the tone knob, you push the tone knob down and it mutes the guitar. So I was like, oh, that's actually kind of neat. And I was happy, and I'm sure his dad was very happy because I basically saved him $90 because the original guitar that he wanted was $290, and then he settled on the $200 guitar. Good stuff.
Hello. We're going to bed now.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.